Hello friends, good week. How are you today? I hope you had a good weekend and welcome to my weekly review on the first week of April 2011. Well, the last week weekly review was pretty good and I really want to thank all of you that sent me emails and sent me on Facebook and on Twitter and on the blog and the comments for your good words. I really happy that to know that you made good profits. Some of you made 700 pips. Osaki, if you hear this, this is for you. Thanks for the email, my friend. Adam, that sent me in the beginning of the week. Friends, really, thank you very much. I really glad to know you made good profits, good pips, and you start to understand the way I see it. You send me also emails and you ask me to elaborate little more than I usually do, and I will try to do it. I The only reason that I don't elaborate on the weekly review so much as I did on the previous weekly review, that's because the way I see the charts on Sunday and the way I will see them on Monday and Tuesday after the week begins could change, and that's why I prefer to update on the blog and on Twitter and Facebook, um, and of course with the signals, so you can follow the fresh news, what I call. Okay, so actually that's the reason, and also I would like you to try and take positions to try to understand the general view of mine, so you can still go and uh, do it yourself, still go and learn and understand my point of view and why I see it this way, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, I'm much more happy than happy that you also had a fantastic week with my euro pairs, all the pairs with the euro expectation, especially on the euro yen. Let's admit it. This was the best move. I explained you with the break of 115 and the investors' position. So I'm really glad to share all with you, and I wish we all continue to profit and to make good pips. And that's the time to thank you for following, and I would like you to continue to comment on the blog and on the Facebook and emails. That's exactly the thing that gives me the motivation to continue to do it for you and to share and to get better only for you. Also, if you could recommend about my blog, about Twitter, Facebook, about the forex signals to your friends, that would be really glad, great. And I really want to grow our family, to grow our community. I know that sometimes I do wrong, and sometimes, but that's trading. I will never lie. I will never say we only profit, never, because it's not true. And but still, I think that we are doing very good job, and I do know it according to your emails and your great comments, and just want to share with you. Some of you, he asked not to share the name. Um, some of you sent me the statement where he shares the trades from the weekly reviews. All I can say is chapeau. It's amazing, and I even didn't know that you can profit so much according to the weekly reviews. So I'm so glad that you enjoyed, and now I'm back full time work after this week. I was busy with the move to my new place. All the color stuff and all the building stuff with closets and to move all these things. Oh, so exhausted, so tired, so exhausted. I will share, of course, on the blog the new pictures so you can see and follow my new house. We also get a new cat, so it will be great to share with you the pictures. And now to for our business, the forex. Well, friends, look, after there is old saying, right? All that rise could easily drop, right? And that's exactly what I am. I'm not afraid, but I do expect to happen. I would like to start with the euro once again this week, um, as I did on the previous week. But then I will share with you also some indices things and some other things as well. We still have 142.50, 143 range area for the euro as a stiff resistance. This is the downtrend line. This is the resistance as well, and it's also a resistance from the indicators because as you can see, the stochastic and the RSI almost on their biggest level. I do expect the euro still continue to rise, but I don't think it will happen straight. I do think we will have nice corrections before the euro makes the break. All right. So let's try to understand what's going on. We had 3 weeks ago we had a Marubozu. Let me just enlarge the candles. We had a Marubozu, we had a correction. Now we have a Marubozu again. Let me just erase this. Right? Now we have a kind of Marubozu as well with some tail here. You see? It's a 10 pip difference on the weekly chart. It's not so important. So we could easily expect for a correction. Also, this is the third break up, as you can see here. This is the third break up, as you can see here, of the stochastic, right? You see this? Okay, this one. Okay, this was the first, the second, and the third cross up. After the third cross up, usually we get a correction. So this is on the weekly chart. Let's see what's going on the daily chart. On the daily chart, we could see a continuing divergence. That means that the correction would be powerful, right? So where it should begin from? It could begin easily from here. This is a stiff resistance here. We can easily see a double top here. I can see another up move to 143 maybe, but it should be actually the end, and we have to see a correction soon. So if you have a position on the euro and on the euro yen and other stuff, I will show you soon. I really recommend to close some of the trade, okay, and put the money in the pocket, and then buy again after the deep correction. The change of the direction and bigger correction would begin with the break of this uptrend line. Beautiful uptrend line. But as for now, we could see a playing from these levels, 142.50 to 143, to the line again. And this is a 150 range. We could see a correction in between, and the big correction would begin after the break of this uptrend line. I do believe that the euro could correct to 140 or even to 138 again before the next break. But that's only an expectation, and let's see how the week begins. If we have a break and close above 143 level on the weekly chart, that would be a real serious significant signal for us that the bulls are here to stay. As for now, with all the divergence on the 4 hour and the daily chart, as you can see, that's really um, a possible area for a good corrections. If you can see on the 4 hour chart, it's possible that we have now this range, right? So we could continue to move between this range, and this range should be duplicated to one of the next levels, okay, or up or down. It should be duplicated. I would be aware of a possible false break because there was no one false break here in all this range, and usually a good sideways moves, good range, always have one false break, and we still didn't have. So I would not actually. I would respect a possibility of a false break here. So that's about the euro, and this is my expectations from this beautiful pair. The next pair is the euro yen. As I shared, what's going on? Okay, better now. As I shared with you, the investors are in. I am in since the break of 115, and look what a move we got from the beginning of the week. Unbelievable, beautiful, correct? More than 400 pips move straight up. Look at the beautiful Bollinger Bands. How are they opened? Fabulous, fantastic, and very beautiful. What's next? This is a Marubozu, an opening Marubozu. After a Marubozu, we have a correction. That's the rule after this move. This is also a weekly Marubozu. Well, well, well. And we have a resistance here. You see? We have a resistance here around 120. I do believe that the euro yen will also correct a little bit down before the continue up. The initial target of the investors, don't forget it, is 120, around 126, 27 levels. 125 as a first step. Here, this is the next resistance actually. All right. So we have a lot what to expect, but we could easily see corrections to 116 easily. Maybe not so deep, but 117 around these levels it could easily happen. So be aware of it and be aware of this 120 resistance around these levels. Alright, so this is about the euro yen. What about the euro British pound? Also the same situation, and I could glad to say now it is a break of the downtrend line. Right? But watch this, friends. This we are about to see, right? A meeting of this resistance line, right? And this break. So I do expect the Euro British pound to begin its drop somewhere between 088.60 to 089, somewhere in this range area. It should begin the drop down and the correction to this broken downtrend line. If we go to the daily chart, look what do we have? What a beautiful resistance! What a beautiful divergence! So I do expect the Euro British pound to correct. It could go to, as I said, to 088.60 to 089 range, but then I do expect a correction. So be aware of a possible down move and a beautiful correction down. If we go to the British pound area, the situation is not clear. I prefer to stay out from this pair as for now. We have a range between 163.50 and 160, which actually could not be broken, as we can see here. Right? Let me just pen it for you. Okay, this is the range, right? It was a false break. Remember what I said before? We have a false break usually, right? The next break should be really reliable. As for now, I'm neutral. I can't read the chart of the euro of the British pound. Sorry. What about the next pairs? Well, the euro franc. You remember the euro franc, right? I told you about the euro franc. I was very bullish. I'm still bullish. I believe the euro franc is going to 132, 133 levels. That's my target. So stay bullish for this pair. Put a stop loss to protect your profits below the 20 moving average of the Bollinger Bands on the daily chart, which is it was before below the 127. You could put it now a little below the 128, which should be good protection. I do expect the Euro British pound, the Euro franc to rise. Well, the Australian and the New Zealandian, what an up move! Long time we didn't see such an up move. We are getting closer. 104 is really critical level. If we watch this correction, friends, and this one as well, if you watch it here, we could see this level is very critical between 103 to 104, as you can see. Okay, this is really, let me just, alright, here. Okay, this is the level. A correction could easily actually begin here, around this level, and I do expect the Australian to make a beautiful and serious correction. Where to? I believe we are going to see 170 once again. 102, right? 102. This is the beautiful support line right here now, and I believe we are going all the way. We could see the beginning of the week, another up move, another push up, and then a raise down. That's my expectation. That's what I believe is about to happen. About the New Zealandian, the same situation. We have meet now this downtrend line, right? We have this beautiful up move. I told you long time ago, right, to be to stay ready for the bullish move. This was the break, right? I told you. With the break up, go up, and we are going up, right? The initial target is around 080, but I do expect a correction, and I expect it to be somewhere to 075, 075.50 at least. It could be deeper, but that's the minimum I expect. And now I would like to go for the indices because it looks very, very interesting. Well, we got the correction, right? Remember the correction I've talked about a few weeks ago? We got it. We got it all the way to the 20 moving average of the weekly Bollinger Band. And now, exactly now, I would like to show you these situations, friends. I believe that the indices will finally, if it successfully break the resistance around the 1330 level, I believe we are about to see 1430 level during the next month. I believe that the S&P 500, that's my favorite one to follow today, during the next weeks and the next months, actually somewhere to the summer, I believe that the S&P 500 and the rest of the indices would continue to rise, but then it will stop, and it will stop powerfully. I still not sure it will successfully break this stiff resistance around 1330 as I mentioned before. If it does, it will go all the way to 1430, and then it would change the direction for a long run. So let's see and let's follow. And that's all for this beautiful and amazing week. I'm glad to be back full time. I will be now much more again on Facebook, Twitter, blog, and the chat for the Forex Signals members, of course. Friends, thank you very much once again for all your beautiful, amazing words. I'm really glad to share with you. I'm really glad to dedicate and contribute my time for you and share with you my view. Uh, Nothing make me happier than the than to know that you profit and you're happy and you love what I do for you. That's that's exactly when I began and when I started to do this. This was my dream. So, friends, thank you once again for all your comments. Really, it's amazing, and I'm glad to have friends and followers like you. You have the best week, Vladimir. Goodbye.